What's up, VC? It's Todd Guy, Thrashing Zombie again. This is Wednesday. This is Whatever Wednesday. I changed it from Friday to Wednesday because Whatever Wednesday just sounds better than Whatever Friday. It's my channel. I'll do what I want, right? Today's going to be cassette to vinyl, which I haven't done one of these in quite a while. It's been quite a few months, I believe. I should have looked because I just went through to make sure I didn't show the same albums I showed in the last, 3 that I did. So this is, I think, episode 4 of that. Since I'm trying to do shorter videos, I'm not going to talk right now a lot. Just going to get right into it. They're not all the same letter again. I just went through and said, okay, I had this one, this one, this one. I'm going to do it alphabetically from A to S is the last one. The first one, and most of these I've already showed, but see, I think I've showed every single one of these already. I've said that I've had them on cassette, but whatever. Let's do this anyway. This is Black Sabbath, Headless Cross. This is an OG copy from BMG Music that I got for free from, was it BMG or Columbia? I don't know, he got it through some, one of those services, you know. A guy I used to work with, he doesn't work anymore, was my boss, and before that he was, it's BMG, he was just another worker basically. He was the lead, wasn't really my boss, but then he became the boss. Anyway, before he became the boss, we were talking about music. He likes the same kind of music I do. He's more into punk anyway, but I said that I love this album, this Tony Martin era of Black Sabbath. And I said, you know, a lot of people don't really know Black Sabbath outside of Ozzy and possibly Dio, but they don't know all the other singers they've had in between there, you know. And I said, you know, I like Headless Cross. You know, Tony Martin was a great singer. And it's like, I wanted to get a copy on vinyl of that album because I had that on cassette and I played that all the time. And the song When Death Calls is like my favorite song on there. And he said, I have a vinyl copy of it. You can have it if you want it. I said, do you want money for it? He's like, no, you can just have it. It's like, I don't listen to it. I taped it on a cassette and I can stream it now, you know, whatever. I hardly ever listen to records. And I almost said, you know, well, why don't you give me all your records then? But I didn't, because he might want to keep them. You know, I don't know. But, so he gave me this for free. This is like a medium price of discount. It's like $50 for this. I mean, that's not a lot of money. Excuse me. But, and I hear they're reissuing these Tony Martin era albums at some point. So, I mean, people that want one will be able to get one. But it's nice to have an OG, I think. He took fairly good care of them. There's a few scratches on here. I mean, nothing that makes it skip or anything, but, I mean, it sounds good still. So, yeah. There's the first one. This one I've already showed. It's a Record Store Day title. One of the biggest titles that came out that year. Everybody was clamoring for this. This is the Crow soundtrack. I love this movie. I love this soundtrack, except for maybe 2 songs on here. I think it was Can't Rain All the Time. Wasn't a big fan of that. I mean, that was okay. And then the one before that, I think maybe by Medicine, Time Baby 3. And possibly Jesus Mary Chain Snake Driver. I don't know if I really like that much. But every other song on here is just great. And it's not a lot of bands I listen to, like The Cure, Burn. I mean, that was a good song, but I'm not a huge fan of The Cure. Machines of Loving Grace, who I'd never heard of, but this song, Golgotha Tenement Blues, it's great. Stone Temple Pilots on here, 9 Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Violent Femmes, Rollins Band, Helmet, Pantera, For Love Not Lisa, who I'd never heard of before either. My Life with a Thrill Kill Call, I'd never heard of them. Yeah, and when I heard this was being reissued on the white vinyl and the black vinyl, just like the cover, I was like, okay, I gotta get up early. I gotta be like the first or second in line. I was the second one in line for this, and this is what I went right for, was this Crow, and I just grabbed it. It had like 3 copies, so having this on vinyl, I had it on cassette, I mean, I can't remember if it was a double cassette or if it's just a long play cassette, because there's quite a few songs on here. There's what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 songs. I want to say it's probably just like a single cassette, because you can fit 7 songs on the side, right? Eh. Anyway, yeah. So, the Crow soundtrack. Great soundtrack. And then this one, Entombed. Like I said, I've shown all these albums before already. This is Clandestine. It's my favorite Entombed album. This was a blind buy at the time. Well, I didn't buy it, I stole it. When I was like younger, I would steal cassettes if I could. They're easy to just drop in your pocket. And this was before all the freaking things at the door, you know, that go off, because they have like the little tags in there. If you stole something that goes off, beep, 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 beep. It was before all that shit. So, I mean, it's easier to drop a cassette in your pocket and just walk out. You know, as long as nobody saw you do it. But anyway, that was the past. That was like freaking 30 years ago. 25 years ago, something like that. I don't even remember. Anyway, buzzsaw guitars, fucking just blew me away when I actually popped it in the cassette deck. I'm gonna cough again. Anyway, comes on silvery vinyl. It's FDR, full dynamic range. Amazing fucking album. The second album by Entombed. The first one was amazing as well, Left Hand Path. But yeah, I had to get this on vinyl when I saw they had a vinyl copy of it. I got that directly through Earache, I believe. And then next, Fate's Warning, Parallels. This is 180 gram black vinyl. This is a reissue from Metal Blade. This one, saw this on MTV's Headbangers Ball. Wasn't really like what they normally would play on Headbangers Ball. It wasn't super like heavy. It's something I would have thought they would have played during the day, because, you know, it's kind of more mellow, progressive metal is what they call it. And it was very not headbangery, you know? Couldn't really headbang to it. It was just good, like, heavier-ish music, but not super heavy. And then when I bought the album, because I loved the song was, Point of View? Point of View, I think. Maybe, I can't remember which one it was. I said, well, I gotta find that album. I said, hopefully I like the whole album, because I hate finding an album and only liking the one song they played. Which is what happened a lot in the 90s. But yeah, I like the whole album. Definitely different than what I was listening to at the time. But it was really good. I had to get it on vinyl as well. The last one is an album a lot of people say is really not their best. It's very commercial-ish. But it's Scorpions' Savage Amusement. This came out in 1988. I was in California at the time, and it came out a few weeks, a month maybe, before we left and came back to where we are now in New England and Vermont. So I was still listening to it. And it was really weird because out in California, I wasn't listening to a lot of metal. I was just listening to what everybody else was listening to at the time. But the song Rhythm of Love kept popping up on MTV during the day. I was like, I really like that song. So I had to buy this too. I don't remember how I bought it, because I wasn't really going to the stores by myself in California. I don't know if my parents bought it for me. Or I really don't know. But I love this album. I mean, this album, and before, I like all the Scorpions. And then kind of after this is where they kind of lost me. Because they went really super commercial, I think. Crazy Worlds. The one with Tease Me, Please Me on it. It was called Crazy World. It sounded kind of like this, but it's even more commercial, in my opinion. But this one, I saw this up in Burlington. They had it, and I had to have it. Yeah, so even my parents, when we were driving, I was listening to this on my Walkman, and they hit a spot where they were driving, and there was like no radio stations they wanted to listen to. It was like classical, or it was preachers preaching about God or whatever, country. They weren't listening to country at the time, and they knew I listened to some stuff that they did like, because I liked the same music they did, some of it. And I said I got Scorpions, and my stepdad was like, "Oh, I like Scorpions." I'm like, "It's the newest one that just came out." He's like, "Oh, let's listen to it." So he popped that in. My parents listened to the Scorpions, so how much amusement. If I mentioned that to them now, I doubt they'd even remember it, but that's something I remember. So that's it. Cassette to vinyl, number 4, I think. Anyway, have a happy Wednesday. If you're watching this in the morning, if you're watching it at night, have a good night. I'll see you on Friday. Rock on.